Hello and welcome. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to my channel. All is welcomed here. All is welcomed. All is welcome. All is welcomed. I am needing some light. All right, so again, I know I'm saying all is welcome, but only who needs this. Only who needs this, okay? Only who needs this message. If you're taking from this message, it's not for you. All right? You adding to this message, it's not for you. All right? But this is for those who need to apply it. Apply it where it is needed. Make sure this is up. The volume is up. Yes, it is. Okay. This is Freedom from the Night. Freedom from the Night. We get off into the tales of the supernatural. So my talk is not the norm, so to speak, of what people want it to be. No, it's not. It's only what it is, which is the truth in spirit, because it takes a long time before it even comes out on flesh, and the spirit is in truth. We looking at a whole other image when we're just looking at that flesh and not knowing what's behind the man, which is male or female. I'm talking about the human being itself, the flesh. We don't know what's behind that flesh. So we don't know. We just going off of the image and the response that it does and the things that it do before our eyes. But what is behind that flesh? What's operating behind the flesh? If it is if in the spirit, if it is evil, we need to remove ourselves from that. If it's not operating, if the flesh is not operating with the spirit self, that means that person still have not that person is guarding itself from its true nature of self to operate in reality. So that means that person reality is different than what reality really is. Okay? And even in evil, their reality is not what it really is. So the image that's before us is not dependable. It's mainly what I'm saying. It's not dependable. You understand? So, but if that person is operating in is what's in the spirit and they're operating that same thing, you'll see that glow. You will see that glow. Okay? Because they have that glow. They got that glow. And they're operating in it. They're moving in it. Every step of the way they're moving in it. Okay? So let me see. Let's start off with what I got on my notes. Oh, again, I am Lieutenant General, Soldiers of Arms, God's right arm, that is. Reporting for duty, sir? Yes, sir. That's me. I'm here. Hey, we all here. All right. So let me see here. Forgot to put the light here, so I have to bring the light. Anyway. So, Corey, as I stay on my notes so we won't be here all day. I know we only go off of what we see. That's a given. We only go off of what we see. And it takes us somewhere. All right. When we go off of what we see before these eyes, these two eyes, which are evil and deceiving, the deceiving eye, which we was brought to that, and we need to go back to the true reality of things, which is in spirit and truth, and do what we need to do to work up what's already been worked. Okay. We need to work that up, meaning step into our natural born self, which is spirit. We need to work that up, which has already been worked. Okay. It's already been worked. I'm not saying that when we working something up to meet up with Jesus, we have to work it up of our own. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that we need to work up what has already been worked. Okay. Meaning step into it every single day, abiding and lining up with God. So when he says, and he do a check, a temperature check, he'll know that you are in the image of Christ Jesus. And also you will know, because as he's doing this check, he already know, but he wants you to know that he know, and now you know, and you get a chance to see it spiritually. Because the flesh, again, it may not even catch up yet to what's going on. But the spirit is your true nature. Okay? So anyway, we go off of the image and what we see a lot of times. And that gets us in trouble of treating people the same. So even if that's not even the same person that you got the image from, you meet another person and that same image is in these evil eyes, because it took a remembrance check, like a camera remembrance, picture a camera, and that camera, you take a picture. Now through that camera and that picture that's left on there, that's remembrance of something. That's for remembrance for later. So these eyes, which is why they are evil and unreliable, is because they take pictures of one person and they apply that same picture onto another person, onto another person, onto another person. So it applies that same image of that picture, that scan, which is why I say we are to scan people. But in a spirit scanning spiritually. All right. And if it's not meeting up with the flesh that we see before us, we need to humble ourselves and bow out. You understand what I'm saying? So this is a picture, and a lot of people apply the same picture to every single body that they meet, which is these evil eyes. These evil eyes see things and be like, soon as somebody make a mistake, you be like, I knew that was you. Because that's how they did Jesus. It's like, I knew it. And then they did other people that was a testimony of Jesus. Culture type stuff. They did that a lot of times in the beginning to the end of the Bible. And it doesn't mean that was that person at all. That just means that they put that person into strife, stirred that person up, and then they were successful in their mission. That's all that meant. But at least they thought they were successful in their mission, but they really was not successful in their mission. Okay. Because again, a lot of us going to play into the image that they put us in fleshly, but it doesn't mean that that is what it is. Because again, if you let's say you have a dream, and this is about that type of dream where people put you in an image and they think you who you are, but you're really not. Okay, this is that dream where it's people around you, or maybe just one person around you, whoever you around. All right, they picture you to be in the image. They scanned out your flesh. They scanned you, and they scanned your flesh, and they think they know who you are, and you are in the dark. All right, so let's say, no, not let's say, you will have a dream pertaining to this where people pictured your image to be one way, but your spirit is another, and your spirit is operating out on your flesh for real, but you have been put into an image, and that image is before their eyes, but you're not really operating out of that image, but you are being kind and everything. And so you keep putting yourself in the image that they think you're in, but you're really not. You're actually doing it in a different image. And you'll have a dream about being in the dark, and it's people there whoever you associating with, or you may not be associating with. It could be somebody like from social media, and those people watching you, or those people are connected to looking at you a lot or whatever, or maybe just a little, or they may not be. It may be just your spirit connecting to this person, and you're needed to disciple. But regardless of the matter, they see your flesh as this particular way. And even if it's in the dark, this is done in the dark. Okay. So you'll have a dream for the image that they put on you or whatever. You'll have a dream of the image that they put on you in the dark. But then your spirit is totally different from the image, the darkness that they put over you. So you will have a dream about being in the dark. And then you'll be operating differently than what they thinking. But see, you in the dark because of the image that they have put on you. So yeah. A lot of time when you see yourself in the dark, that's to do with image. That's the image in which the person has put over you. And you are in that darkness because of that image. All right. And a lot of times, if it's a light, that means that person sees you in a different light. They see you in a different light. So if it's light over you, they see you in a different light because they are coming into the light. And a lot of times they still have not gotten there yet. So that is still deception until it is complete. Because a person can copy your stuff and take your stuff. Like I said in the beginning of this, a person can copy your stuff and take your stuff from you and see you in a different light because of you, meaning they copying off of you. And that's why the light is there. Again, it's still to do with image. They see your image in a different light because they're ready to take from you. So they're going to operate in the flesh. They flesh going to meet up with that because they like playing around and switching up on you in the next minute. So they can do that. And that's what in spirit that means. Like you see the light around you, you see the dark around you, or you can be outside. That means that nobody has access into you. Holy Spirit. That's right. That means that nobody have access into you. Thank you, Holy Spirit. I'm doing a one-on-one about the spirit. It's beautiful, ain't it? It's beautiful. Anyway, so, so, Lord. So you'll see yourself outside. That means that person that's right there in the light with you, which is trying to take from you, cannot go inside of you, meaning in your house. They can't live there. They have no authority there. And God has placed that outside because he letting you know in your dream, if you're having a dream, like this is in the dream state that is in spirit, which is reality, meaning that that person can't get into you. So you see yourself outside with them and it'll be light out there. Now, if it's dark out there, that means that person is wanting to come in. Okay. Even if their intentions are good, they still wanting to come in. They still wanting to come in. You doing everything, meaning you praying, you meditating on the word, you fasting, and you rebuking, and you repenting. You doing a lot of stuff, and they can't come in. They can't come in to your spirit, to your house where you reside at, because it's holy. It's holy there, and they have no permission granted. Also, you can see them being on the phone talking to you. Now, let's say you had a dream and they on the phone. Oh yeah, you really praising the Lord then, and they can't get in. So they want to get into you. They want to get there and take all this different stuff from you, but they still can't get in. So now they on the phone. So these are different signs that you are doing the right thing. You are heading in the right place because they on the phone talking to you. They ain't in person talking to you. That means y'all are not equally yoked. You understand? That's what that means. That person calling you on the phone in your dream, that means you two are not equally yoked. Y'all are different in nature. All right. That person fully operating from the flesh, and you are operating in your spirit out on flesh. Okay. Y'all two different people, unequally yoked. Understand? Yeah. So apply the Bible to all these dreams and you will understand these dreams. So that's why I'm saying it to you as in the dream state, because this is what this is. And it expands on that. Understand? So what I'm saying right now, you take that and apply it, and it expands on that. Understand? It expands into other avenues based off of that one particular thing. Once your eyes are open to the point of what I'm trying to take you at. All right. So yeah, so a lot of times a person can see your image in the dark, and that means that that person don't see you in a good light. And a lot of times when that person has already gotten into you, that's when all of a sudden they have changed, meaning they took something from you. So now they see you in a different light, and you see light around y'all. That still doesn't mean that that person not being deceiving. That person still being deceiving. Also, that person can have on a white shirt, which means that that person was deceptive on his mission or her mission and what she did, which means that sexually that person took something from someone that was good sexually, got it from them, and now that person is walking in somebody else's stuff. Oh yeah, if that person is in a white shirt. And a lot of times that person still is the same person. But let's say they have on a suit. That mean that person playing you. Okay? They playing you. They playing the next girl that they talking to. They playing the other girl they talking to. They got many women that they talking to, and they playing them all, including you. You their main chick, and they playing you. If you see that in spirit, let's say that they have on like a just a regular outfit, like just what they call it, classic casual. I'm sorry. Let's say they have on a casual wear, and they got on a hat, and or they might not have a hat on, or they might have on like a I ain't trying to be long. I'm sorry, y'all. They might have on like a in your dream. They might have on a t-shirt, and the t-shirt white, but the bottom of them, they wearing uh, shorts or something like that. So they are, again, they walking casual from somewhere, but you don't know where they coming from, but they walking casual. That means they still operating out of evil because they stole from somebody. They not walking of their own stuff. They got that from somebody, and they out here riding dirty in a clean state. I mean, they out here riding dirty in a clean state, especially if they riding in a car. They riding dirty in a clean state. They stealing from people. They stealing from people who purely got the right spirit, and they consistently taken from them sexually, and that person is in a deceiving mode and they're not reliable. Okay, so yeah, that means that. And you can, and then it's some other things pertaining to that subject. Okay, I'm just pointing you in the right direction, but it's some other stuff pertaining to that subject that will expand for your dream state. Okay. So but again, I'm here to say stop going off of what you see and what you feel it to be because of the eyes, okay? And what you think it is, all right? Because you want to make sure that this person ain't taking from you or don't want to take from you as you approach that person. You want to make sure you know this person, and you will know this person if it's from God. God will show you what you need to know. And I'm going to do a video about that, about how God will show you your exes or anybody. Just use that word, but I'll show you how you use that for future as well, anybody to come. So, but I will have a video coming up, I don't know when, about the exes in their city. Okay, but yeah, God will show you a person way before they come up to you, way before they come up to you. And again, if you've seen a person on the phone, that's unequally yoked. If you see a person in your house, that's unequally yoked. You see a person outside, that's unequally yoked. Now, if a person is next to you, equally yoked. You are equally yoked with this person. A lot of times. If the person is like hiding behind you, you are unequally yoked. But on the side of you, side by side, and y'all not in a bed, that's equally yoked. Y'all walking, that's equally yoked. So it's a difference between unequally yoked and equally yoked. Again, if that person walking by himself, like I was just saying about that dream state, and this is about interpretation of the dream. If that person is walking and he got a white shirt on, he by himself, that's unequally yoked. That person stole from somebody else, and now he walking by himself. That tells you sexually that person took from that person sexually, and now they walking out here like they okay to walk out here clean, and they not clean still. They still dirty. They going to get it dirty in the next minute. They're going to get the white shirt dirty because they're going to be dealing with somebody else in a minute. All right. They just clean for now. I heard the spirit say they're clean for now. A lot of times I get lost for words, and I have to Anyway, so again, a lot of times you cannot go off of what you see and what you feel it to be. Okay, you have to go off of spirit and how I'm taking, how flesh is taken through a trance. Flesh is taken through a trance by the power of God. Yes, the power of God is the trance that you are in, and you'll walk in that daily. You'll always remember that image versus the image in which other people are taking you through and making you feel some type of way. Don't go off of that feeling, because feelings is unreliable. I mean, they're there, but they're unreliable. They're not the go-to source. The go-to source is the power of God. And it puts you in a trance. It puts the flesh in a trance because of the spirit behind it. Okay? And the power of God is a reliable source. And so I want to say this is the reason why it is good to read 3 chapters once you come into the faith, is what I'm hearing the Spirit say. Once you come into the faith, it is good to read at least 3 chapters a day, and that will get your spirit right and will be your food that you need. And you'll see a lot of times that you won't even want to eat at times. That's because you getting food in with that overall, and it'd be things that you can't even eat. Okay, you'll notice yourself doing stuff that you wasn't doing at first. Like you eat at night, you was eating at night at first, but now you like, I'm not even hungry. That's spirit operating. Okay. At times some people don't want to eat because it's some evil plotting against their life. But when you're doing it in the right way, is what I'm saying, and you're doing it but in the way you're supposed to do it, and you're getting this in daily, that's what I'm talking about, your spiritual food daily. Then you'll notice that a lot of times it be things that you want to do but you can't do it, and things will start popping up, in the spirit, or should I say things will start popping up from the spirit in the physical. Yeah, giving birth. It'll start giving birth, but it'll give birth in the right way, which goes off into the dreams that we have giving birth. Because some people can give birth to evil and some people can give birth to good. So if it's in the womb, that means that it's up to you spiritually to give birth, which is out on flesh, because that's where you're giving it at. You giving, if you're pregnant in your dream, you are about to give what's in spirit out on flesh, unless you really are pregnant. But if you're not pregnant and you're pregnant in your dream, that's saying that you are pregnant right now, and it's up to you what you're doing in spirit, whatever it is that you thinking on, and whatever it is that you're doing, pertaining with your eye, whatever you're using your eyes for, your physical eyes, whatever you use your physical eyes for, if it's good or evil, it's birthing something inside. Okay, and that spirit is going to burst out on the physical over time. Okay, which is why God says we are not to outburst anything. We're not supposed to do that. No outbursts. You don't. So it's totally up to you on what you do in the next minute physically. Okay, it's you. If you know you with the wrong person and y'all having arguments every day, and or even at all, more than normal, it's up to you in the spirit realm to bring what it is in the spirit, what you birthing in the spirit out on flesh, because that's what it does. It pops out on flesh. Spirit does. So that's why it's good to get your spirit right. All right. You know how Michael Jackson said, "Get your ticket right." No, get your spirit right. He was halfway right, but he was wrong. Get your spirit right. Pull over, boy, and get your spirit. Eat your spirit. Get your spirit. All right. That what Michael Jackson said. Eat of the spirit of Christ Jesus. He was half right, but half wrong. Then, if you want your vision to open up even more to what the Spirit is saying, and you adhere to it, and the parts where you're shown the evil going on, you adhere to what the Spirit is showing you at that time. Your feelings are getting in the way, trying to get in the way to cause darkness. Your flesh, all right, which is getting in the way. So the best thing to do here is if the spirit man is showing you what is showing you at that time, you are in your feelings and your feelings is getting in the way. It's time to start asking God. And it's different ways to ask God. I seen some preachers say that it's not about asking. And that's because he took a different verse out of the Bible and put that with another verse and said, well, it's not about asking, because in the New Testament, it talks about not asking. But and that's because you still asking, you still need to ask. Because there's a lot of people who got to go through the Old Testament to get to the New Testament. It's like a stage of life, understand? So you got to go through the Old Testament to get to the New Testament to where you won't even have to ask no more, because you'll be walking in the Spirit of Christ, Jesus Christ. You understand? But that takes steps. So you have to ask in your beginning of your walk. And it's different ways of asking. And prayer is asking. I heard this being said and they said this wrong. No, prayer is asking. Asking is prayer. What you think it is. Anytime you talking to the Spirit of God, that's prayer. That's prayer. And that's asking him. You can't tell him. You asking. You ain't telling them nothing. Now, at times, you can be in an authoritative when you speaking to God, because sometimes, God may want something and you can intercede because of all of your askings and building of your relationship with God. Okay? Just like what Moses. You can intercede whatever God is trying to say or God is trying to do. Yeah. So asking is prayer. I remember that. But asking comes as an all in all. All right? Asking is an all in all. In all. And yeah, I saw this on the Bible app saying that asking is not prayer. Prayer is asking. That Bible app sometimes be messy. And it messes up. A lot of times it got prayers that's defeating. And I'll be like, happen to be saying sometimes, wait a minute, this is not, no, this is not so. Sometimes that Bible app don't be on point. It even have a game that I was playing, and I was trying to play the game, and it said something about how old was Jesus when he died. I'm like, what kind of question? You talking about according to what the world says when he died? Man, we don't know what age Christ died. Stop it. Cut it out. Man. What day was Jesus Christ born? He's born August 19, 1950, before Christ. BC. Boy, I tell you, cut it out. Those questions ain't about nothing. Who cares about that? He lived, he died, and he rose again on the third day. Let's talk about that subject there. All right. So again, the truth is in spirit and in truth. Okay. And the spirit bringing the spirit out onto flesh. And again, flesh, it may not have caught up to that yet. But if the person walks in the spirit, the asking on of God will begin to operate fast for you with spirit over flesh. And without flesh understanding. Okay? And without flesh understanding. So let me go. I'm going for now. See you later. Bye for now.